Hi everyone, it's me, Rudy Tinoco from the Magicians Forum, and I'm here to teach you what I believe to be a very special routine from the mind of Harry Lorayne. The reason I think it's special is because it's an item that was never ever published, and the reason for that is because it's something that Harry created after I posed a little challenge to him regarding an effect by Daniel McCarthy called Discards and Draws that was published in the March 1991 issue of Apocalypse magazine. So in this effect by Daniel, it's a poker demonstration that requires you to have a pretty lengthy setup, but you have to do 2 pharaohs. And for some folks, that's pretty difficult. In fact, I'm going to be showing you a video of me performing this effect as it was originally presented by Harry in Apocalypse, where I'm struggling with those 2 pharaohs. We were at a winery and it was really hot. And so I was like, oh my gosh, is this gonna even work? And it did, but you'll see, I just had to run my mouth for a little bit until I actually nailed those pharaohs. Hi, it's me, Rudy, from the Magicians Forum, and I'm here with some good friends, actually family. And I'm gonna show you something that pertains to poker, because a lot of people will ask me whether or not I can use my sleight of hand skills to win at a game of poker. And the reality is that I've been working on it. So for example, I look at this pack, it's shuffled. I'm gonna try to see like where the aces are. I can see a run of hearts right here, a couple of jacks that are together, and I'm gonna utilize this to my benefit. And what I'm gonna do is shuffle these in such a way that I'm gonna deal out 5 hands. And these 5 hands, I'm gonna be building the pot here. So what I mean is that I'm gonna deal myself the aces, but it's not enough to deal myself the aces, because what I need to do is make sure that everybody's betting and increasing that pot, so when I do eventually win, it's gonna be worth it. So look, there's the shuffle now. I'm gonna deal 5 hands, so watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, hopefully you guys know hands, and I'll kind of tell you what I'm dealing people so you can follow along here. Is that 4? 1 more each. So what I gave this guy here, to make sure that he stays in, I gave him a full house, jacks and 4s. Look, I hope this works. But look, there's 3 jacks and 2 4s. This guy is gonna stay in, so I'm building the pot here, because again, just because I deal myself the aces, who cares if there's no money in the pot? This person, I gave him a full house. This one is gonna get a flush in hearts, but I don't wanna give him all the hearts. I gotta make him work for it. Again, I'm trying to build the pot here. So look, I gave him, there's 4 heart cards. He's gonna ditch this king. So let's say he draws. Now I set these up so when he does draw, homeboy gets a heart. So he's gonna go like all in with this flush. Now this person, I dealt him 3 queens. Now if you get 3 queens, look at that, 3 of a kind, 3 queens, that's great. But he's gonna try to say, man, let me put some more money up in here, because let me see if I can get myself another queen for a 4 of a kind. Now I'm telling you, the way that I shuffled these, bet he gets a queen. So now we got this pot growing, all right? So this person, I gave them a straight, all right? But not a full straight. Again, I want them to build this pot here. So look, I got 6, 7, 9, 10, and a king. They just need an 8. So let's get rid of this one and say they deal this top card to themselves. Boom, an 8. Can you imagine like all the money that's in this pot? Now for me, look at this is what I got. I got 4, a 2, an ace, a king, and an ace. So, all right, that's not too bad. A couple of aces, but not good enough to win against what I got here. It just depends on what I draw. So what I've done here is dealt myself, look, another ace and another ace and this 10, which means that essentially you don't want to play poker with me. So, what I wanted to ask Harry is if there's a way to restructure this setup so that you don't have to use pharaohs. And this was back again in September 2019. And after I presented this to Harry, it was, I think, the next day when he messaged me and said, Rudy, I can't do it. I can't figure out how to do that. So I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. But apparently, Harry lost sleep over it, because it was a few days later where he said, man, I could not get this challenge out of my mind. And so he came up with a setup that's different from the original, but he came up with this new setup that allows you to do this without any pharaohs, which I think makes this a lot more doable. Now, what I think would dissuade some folks from doing this is that, again, it is a pretty lengthy setup. So either you memorize the setup, or otherwise you're gonna have to see the setup on a card or something, and then get the cards in there proper order. But what I've discovered as I perform this is it's actually not all that difficult to do, really. All you have to memorize are the hands, each of the hands that are going to be dealt to your spectators as well as yourself. And once you've memorized that, and the cards that need to be discarded and drawn from the pile, this becomes very, very doable, very easy. And again, I think this is a very powerful, very strong poker demonstration that'll leave people thinking that you are really a card shark of some sort. So anyway, let me show you how we get this thing set up.